Hello, hello, hello. I just wanted to come on live and talk to you and do a little bit of teaching about how to use social media at an event that you're attending. I have been going to some classes at Fort Collins Startup Week. Hello, Ken Walls. Good to see you. And I have been attending classes at Fort Collins Startup Week this week. And it made me think about how do I prepare going to an event and being an attendee? How would I use social media? And I know that scares a lot of people, but I'm telling you, if you use social media at an event, it creates some great connections. And I want to just walk you through some really simple, easy steps in order for you to feel more comfortable in getting yourself prepared and then attending these events. And so that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. So what I do, I'm just going to talk from my particular experience, is I start off with number one, just preparing myself, looking at who the speakers are and finding their handle names. Now, typically I use Twitter when I go to events because it's a little bit easier for me to put my thoughts out there. I kind of use it as note taking, and also it gets me connected to everybody else who's there at the time really, really fast because people watch handle names and also hashtags that are used at the event. So in preparation, what I do is I look up the speaker's handle names as well as possibly their business. And I make sure I actually click through and I make sure that that's actually them, because you do not want to tag somebody else in that tweet or whatever you're using. And so you want to be prepared. You want to look up speakers, businesses that could be talking, and you want to make sure you tag the right person because that's super important, and the right business, because otherwise you're putting it out there and you're not doing them any favors. Thank you for sharing, Ken. So number one, when I get prepared to go to an event, how I use social media is looking up the speaker handle names and the business names, and also the hashtags that are used for that event. And that is huge. So in order for people to find what you're thinking, talking about, sharing, you have to use the same hashtag that they're using at the event. And these events curate these hashtags. And so in order for you to get connected, whether at the event or maybe even afterwards, people actually put that hashtag in the search engine in order to find out what are people saying about that event. So that's how I prepare number one. Number two, when you're putting out something like a post or a tweet, post something that is meaningful to you. So you don't want to just regurgitate what you're learning. Now, let me just say, as you're learning, that is a great way to start, is just as things are coming into your head, like pushing it right back out and tagging speakers, tagging the hashtag, okay, that's being used at the event. But if you're just starting out and you're super nervous and you don't know what you want to put out there, I would encourage you to kind of regurgitate what you're learning and what the speaker is saying, okay? Now, the next step, though, to that would be actually taking it a step forward and thinking about what the speaker is saying, but either share how you're going to use it or how it made you feel or what you internalized and how it made you learn. Because the way you're learning, I guarantee somebody else could learn as well, just like how you're learning. And so taking it a step forward or to help push out some information is not just about pushing out information, but internalizing it and sharing how did it make you feel? How did it make you learn easier? And also it will resonate with the speaker, how they touched your life or how they changed the way you were thinking. And so that's another way to get yourself out there at an event with social media. So number one, just as a review, is do your preparation, do your prep work, look up your speaker names, your business names, and the hashtags. Number two, I want you to just try to either put the information out there or also figure out why it made you feel a certain way or what you learned from that information. That's taking it a step forward. And the last thing, number three, is Tag the hashtag. Yes, I love that, Ken. But the last thing I want you to remember when you're at an event is it's not only about posting, but you have to engage. People are going to reply to you. People are going to like your comment or retweet it or whatever it is. But you have to engage. And if it's too overwhelming to engage right then and there because you're like, oh my gosh, I just put out a tweet and now everybody's, commenting on it, take a break. Take a break after the session is done so that you can still keep listening. Go back. Don't forget to go back and engage. Engage in the people that liked your thing, your tweets, retweeted it, or even commented on it. And so those are some of the things that I want you to think about when you attend a meeting, a workshop, a summit, anything that you attend that you want to start using social media to make better connections. I want you to try those things out. Prep, do your work, get prepared, okay? I want you to try to put out the post and put out something that's meaningful. And the third thing is don't forget to engage. Don't forget to engage. All right. So I just wanted to share that because I've done this. I've done this and it has got me noticed. I've done this mostly for me because I'm kind of a nerd and I like to take notes. So it was the best way for me to take notes, but it has gotten me noticed at certain events. One time I was tweeting with a cast on a live show that I was watching on TV, and it was pretty fun because we were all tweeting together and it was kind of cool. The other thing that was really kind of neat was I attended TEDx Mile High here, and I started to tweet out just from the speakers, and it was just a lot of things that made sense and was like super interesting to me, and I was hoping I just saw Nerds Rock. Yes, we do. I was hoping that just whatever I was internalizing and learning, that I could just put it out there. And at the end of the day, TEDx reached out to me and said, hey, would you like to be on our communications team and help us with social media? And I said, absolutely. It would be an honor. And, it's nothing that I wasn't doing anyway. So I worked with TEDx for a while, and it was really, really kind of a cool deal to learn also from everybody else that was on the communication team too. So it pays off. It definitely pays off. And, I always want to challenge you guys to do something. So my challenge is, whether it's here and you're watching this and you are internalizing something, you love it, share it out. If it is at your next meeting or at your next workshop or whatever, a conference, convention, whatever you're attending, don't be afraid to just try to get out there and tweet something out. To me, Twitter is kind of like the easiest thing when you're at a conference because it's very quick. It's very quick with people jumping on and putting thoughts out there, and I absolutely love it. And don't be afraid of Twitter. In fact, if you are kind of overwhelmed with Twitter, reach out to me. I can totally guide you along and help you. It's one of the things that, has actually made a lot of really interesting and really, really true and real connections for me. So I stand by Twitter 100%. I have a lot of stories that came out from just reaching out on Twitter to different people that, honestly, I would have never been able to connect to. And that's what I love about technology. That's what I love about social media, because it allows you, when used right, to make contacts with people and very quickly. Hello, Michelle. And I'm talking about Twitter. And so I hope that you go back and watch the replay, because I have some really, really good tips on how to use Twitter, how to use social media a little bit better when you're attending a workshop or a conference or anything that you're attending as an attendee. As I was attending Fort Collins Startup Week, I was furiously with my head down, because it wasn't just Twitter. I put it out on Instagram and I put it out on Facebook as well. But it seems as though Twitter always has the quickest response and then a quickest engagement when I'm at those things. So, Michelle, I'm putting a challenge out to you that the next time you are attending something, that you try it out. Yay, she's giving it another chance. Now, the other thing I want to let you know is, this is what I do. This is what I love to do. I love when people become comfortable using social media, and I want to be able to do that. And so if you are an attendee and you're kind of like, okay, I'm going to do what Natalie says, and I'm going to attend this thing like in a day or in a week or whatever you want to do to prepare, reach out to me. I will help you get prepared so that you're going to be a rock star at this conference or whatever you're attending. And then also, I have also helped events and how events run with social media, how they do competitions, how they do different things to rally engagement around your event. So I want to let you know that I can do both and help you out, whether you're an attendee or if you are running an event yourself. And so reach out to me. This is something that I love to do, and I wanted to jump on and just put a little bit of interest in so that you guys don't feel overwhelmed and that you feel comfortable in using your social media. So thank you so much for joining. If you missed it, catch it on the replay. I hope this was helpful for you, and I will see you soon. Bye.